there's in total 8 frugal habits that I can think of off the top of my head that I kept in my life even after we came out of survival mode. And the very first one is the word habit, frugal habits. Why? Because it's frugal habits that I kept. Now, as you might know, I don't use AI to write my script, so I'm going to read this, and that is the definition of a habit because that is vital for the context of this video. A habit is an automatic behavior that you repeat regularly, often without conscious thought, triggered by a specific cue or context, right? That was mind-blowing when I asked AI, what is the short definition of a habit? And that was like, oh my word, that's exactly what happened. When we were in survival mode, we had to do certain things to get by, to make the budget stretch. And they make so much sense and they become such a part of our lives that we just now do them. We do them for different reasons, but we still do them. Moving on to the second one is our budget. Self-explanatory. We set up a budget when me and Andrew landed in Crap Street and we decided that we have no choice but to make hard decisions for us to move out of this. We made a budget. Did that budget balance? Oh no. Did we have enough money to get by through a month? Oh, very no. Not initially. It took us about 3 months to get into a state where we broke even. And then it took us about 2 to 3 years to become comfortable. Let that sink in. 2 to 3 years. Because when you set a goal, it's very easy to say, oh, this is my goal. And then when you've reached it, you're like, yes, I reached my goal. No one talks about that messy middle where you have to be on tick over and rotation. That's the difficult part. That's the part where goals that you set yourself fail, not at the goal setting and not at the finish pole, somewhere in the middle. Then our buying habits change, the actual way we made a purchase. And I'm not talking about small purchases like clothes or even small appliances. I'm talking about the big stuff. Let's say we had to replace our washing machine. For me, it's a Speed Queen top loader. I miss it dearly. I know I have a stupid little Samsung front loader, but we used to say, there's the washing machine I want. It's at the shop where I can buy on credit. How much is it a month? Oh, that's reasonable. I can afford that payment. Let's get it. No. We've now changed it to, is there enough money in our savings for this appliance? Is this the best price that we can get this appliance for? When we do our research, if there's, is there a model out there that can do exactly what this one does at a better price? Or am I still willing to pay the higher price for the model that I want? And then when all of that is said and done, we draw the money from our savings and we go purchase the appliance. We no longer pay it off over a period of time. We save, we buy. That's the difference. Because when we were in survival mode, it was because of buying and paying it off over periods of time. We no longer live like that. For those of you that's new here, welcome. I'm Chanel. I'm an intentional living coach, and I help overwhelmed women that's extremely busy living their lives slow down to take the next intentional step so that they can get to a space where they can fall in love with their lives again, no matter how busy or messy it gets. So if you like the content that I'm sharing, please consider subscribing to my channel. It is for free. And if you've already subscribed, thank you for coming back to the next video. Please give the video a like and drop me a comment below. If there's anything out there that you would like me to make a video on, let me know. Our weekly admin. A household is a series of admin tasks, and the way they run is how your household flows. Once a week, me and Andrew would plan our route. Okay, we need to drive out and do X, Y, and Z. Initially, it was because we didn't have any money for petrol. So we had to plan our route. What's the cheapest way? Are we going to stop at a central place and walk around? Is it safe enough for us to do that? Because remember, we lived in Joburg, South Africa. Or, are we going to drive out to the furthest point, work our way back? Like, what's the cheapest route for us to follow? And then later on, the why changed. it wasn't because we didn't have money for petrol any longer. It was because we both work an 8 to 5 job, and we wanted our weekends for fun stuff, not for house admin. Who wants to do house admin? So our work changed, but the way we do it still remains the same. The next one on my list is groceries. The way I buy groceries is still the same as I did it back then. Back then, I had no money to buy a week's groceries. I would look at 2 or 3 days and go, right, this is what I have. What do I need to bring into my house to make this food? And how can I bulk this food up the most with the least amount of money? And every 2 or 3 days, I would just focus on those 2 or 3 days because it was so overwhelming, wondering how am I going to survive an entire month with the money that I had. Hook or by crook, some way it worked out eventually. But in the moment, I could only focus on 2 or 3 days at a time. Then it became such a part of my life and it works so great that now I don't want to spend my brain energy on meal prepping and meal planning and grocery shopping. I literally check in just before a weekend, I rough draft the weekend. I check in just before the week start, I rough draft the week, my first few days of the week. Then I do a midweek check-in, like, okay, I plan to use, that bag of spinach. I plan to use the spinach. I never use the spinach. Is it time to use the spinach? If by the second week you throw the spinach away, stop buying spinach. I check in 3 times a week. It's a rough draft. If you stick to only what you need on that grocery list, you will save money. I can promise you today, because you won't throw a single thing away. You'll eat the leftovers and you'll work through the stockpile that you have. So groceries for me is a big one, and the way I manage my groceries. Next on the list is number 6, self-care. As a woman, there's a lot of things that we can do to take care of ourselves, starting right at the top with our hair, everything that happens on our face, everything that happens on our body, straight through to our feet and the pedicure that needs to happen there. I will link down below for you a free PDF that you can download, and it has little boxes for every single body part and what you need to do on it. Not need to, what you can do on it. And, how a self-care routine could look for you if you stop paying for it. The nice thing for me is it's a nice gift to receive when you start your self-care and someone doesn't know what to get for you. Give me a massage, get me a facial, get me a pedicure. Those are special gifts that you can treat me with. That's for me specific, that will help boost my confidence. And then there's so much more that I can say about self-care, but by not spending money on it, by not paying for someone else to do it for you, you will save half a fortune. And then moving on to segue from there is clothes. I used to see clothes as something that I need to buy, right? We need to buy clothes, right? Wrong. Clothes is an investment. Clothes is a luxury item. My last video, I spoke about how the standard of the things that you bring into your life change. Now, initially, we stopped buying clothes and I wore hand-me-downs for years because I couldn't afford clothes. Clothes was just not even on my radar for my grocery budget, for my monthly budget. Once we moved away from, hand-me-downs and I could afford my own clothes, I actually started treating it as a gift to myself. I would go hunt for the perfect pair of jeans. If I need to replace something, I will put it in the back of my mind and I will not just buy the next best thing that comes up. I want to love it. Sometimes I walk into the shop, fall in love with it, buy it immediately. Other times I can hunt for months and I will even just forget about it before I find the perfect item. I will not settle any longer for things that I don't like and that I don't need and that I won't wear. Why? Because that is actual money that I earned that's hanging in my cupboard, that is as good as that bag of spinach that you just throw away. Why would you do that to yourself? That money in your bank account will be so much more helpful than people stockpile. Off the topic, people stockpile because if there's a natural disaster, yes, if there's a natural disaster, maybe it's a good thing to stockpile. But maybe if there's a natural disaster and your stockpile flooded away, money in your bank account can get you out of town into a bed and breakfast where you can survive until you can get your house back. I don't know. Is that the wrong way of thinking? I don't know. And then the last thing that sort of takes hands with clothes is washing. Because I have less, obviously people automatically think you have to wash more. Not necessarily. In Dubai, when you walk outside and you sweat like a pig, yes, what you wear will go through a light wash and it's not a full wash. If I go out for a cup of coffee and by this evening I have to wash my clothes only because I sweated it in it that day and I don't think I want to rewear it, I don't do a full wash. I will do a light wash or half a wash or just a rinse and a spin or just a wash and a rinse and a spin, right? Just one cycle. So I will shorten my wash load, which means less washing powder and less water, less electricity. So yes, it saves me money to be specific on what I want to wash and how I want to wash it. So guys, pulling all of that back to frugal habits, remember when you're in the pinch and you need to make the change, initially it's uncomfortable and it's not part of your routine, so it will feel forced. But you know as well as I do, if it's something you have to do to make sure there's enough food on the table, you'll do it. And look at me now. Years later, I still practice some of these habits that I implemented back then for survival to this day. And the outcome of that is more money in my bank account, peace of mind for my old age because we're desperately saving for our retirement at this moment in time. So don't think that the frugal habits that you implement today is a waste of time, that it's only for a season of your life. So, guys, thank you for being here. And until next time, take care of you. Bye.
I don't think so. No, 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 no.